There comes a moment, quiet, almost ordinary, when you realize no one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your partner, not your friends. And strangely, that's when everything begins to change. Maybe you didn't know you were waiting, but somewhere underneath the friendships, the relationships, the family dinners, you were waiting. Waiting for someone to finally see you clearly enough to fix what feels broken. Waiting for someone to understand you in the exact way you needed. And they never came. That's not a tragedy. It's an awakening. There's a belief most of us absorb so early, we don't even remember learning it. If things get hard enough, someone will show up. A parent who finally understands. A partner who loves you perfectly. A friend who stays no matter what. A mentor who sees your potential before you do. We grow up on stories built around rescue. Someone arrives just in time. Someone says the right thing. Someone pulls the hero out of the fire. So we wait. We wait for the conversation that will repair the relationship. We wait to be chosen. We wait for someone to notice how much we're carrying. We hint. We signal. We suffer loudly enough, hoping someone will hear it and respond with exactly what we need. But waiting has a cost. Because you're not just waiting, you're managing hope, measuring it, protecting it, wondering if this person will finally be the one. And hope can be heavy. Then one day, something shifts. It's rarely dramatic. Maybe it's a random Wednesday, you get difficult news and scroll through your contacts and realize there is no one to call. Not because you have no one, but because you understand suddenly and clearly that no one can hold this the way it needs to be held. You might call someone anyway. They might say the right words, but when you hang up, the weight is still yours. Completely. Entirely. Yours. And that realization stings. Not because people failed you, but because you were still waiting. And that's when everything changes. The first shift is responsibility, not blame. Responsibility. Blame looks backward. Responsibility asks, what happens next? When you stop waiting to be saved, you stop outsourcing your life. You stop waiting for permission to pursue something, to leave something, to speak honestly, to change direction. You realize something uncomfortable but powerful. No one else is supposed to carry the core of your life. You are. And when that settles, really settles, something quiet and permanent shifts inside you. You stop being the person who waits. You become the person who decides. The second shift is emotional. When you stop expecting people to carry your pain, you stop being devastated when they can't. That's not numbness. It's clarity. You stop relating to people through your need for them to fix something. You start relating to them as they actually are, limited, distracted, carrying their own weight. Your father may never give you the validation you wanted. Your closest friend may never fully understand your inner world. Your partner cannot be your therapist, your parent, and your savior at the same time. When you release people from impossible roles, something surprising happens. You finally see them clearly. And sometimes that's when real connection begins. Not the fantasy, not the rescue, something real. The third shift is independence. Not the cold, isolated kind people romanticize. The quiet kind. Setting the table for yourself. Making the decision without a committee. Trusting your own read on a situation even when no one confirms it. At first it feels like loneliness. There's a strange period where doing things for yourself feels hollow because you're still oriented toward an audience that was never really watching. But gradually, something changes. You stop performing your choices. You start making them. And freedom begins to replace loneliness. The fourth shift is expectations. You stop needing relationships to be more than they are. A friendship doesn't need to be a lifeline. A conversation doesn't need to heal a wound. Someone can be important to you without being responsible for you. When you recalibrate what you truly need from people versus what you were asking them to carry, relationships become lighter, more sustainable, more mutual. You stop resenting people for not being something they never agreed to be. And that changes everything. The fifth shift takes the longest. Personal power. Not loud confidence, not dominance, not performance. Steadiness. You've already faced the moment where you realized you were alone in something, and you didn't disappear. You kept moving. You made decisions without certainty. You rebuilt something inside yourself without a blueprint. And the next time something hard arrives, you don't immediately look around for rescue. You sit with it. You think. You act. Not because you're invulnerable, but because you've already survived being the version of yourself that... This is the part no one explains about growing up. It's not age. It's not milestones. It's the quiet moment when you understand, without bitterness, that the life you want will not be delivered to you. That the understanding you were waiting for must first come from you. That strength is not something you find in the right person at the right time. It's something you discover when the right person doesn't come. You are not abandoned. You are not alone in the way you feared. You are simply the one who gets to decide what happens next. No one is coming to save you. And that is the moment you finally learn